Hi everyone, I'm Karan and welcome to Karan's Gyan. The stock on focus for today is again Vodafone Idea. I'm sorry, but this is my second video on Vodafone Idea today. And in the last video, I discussed about quarter 4 results. And in this video, I would tell you or I would give you 4 reasons on why not to invest in Vodafone Idea. See, my channel is different to all the other channels out there on YouTube because my channel tells you on what stocks not to invest in. It doesn't tell you what stocks you should invest in. I will tell you what stocks you should stay away from. And that's why I am making this second video on Vodafone Idea, because Vodafone Idea is the stock you should stay away from. As I said, I would give you 4 reasons, 4 main reasons on why to stay away from Vodafone Idea. So guys, please stay tuned and watch the entire video, because what I'm saying would 100% make sense to you and I would tell you in a layman's language. Alright, so let's start. This news is Vodafone Idea's net worth and cash move towards zero despite tariff hikes. Yes, my friends, you heard it and read it right. Vodafone's net worth and cash, both of them would be zero. Okay, so a year can be a very long time in the life of Indian telecom companies. And in March 2019, Vodafone Idea was the market leader by a wide margin in terms of number of subscribers. It had a net worth of 60,000 crores, an augment of about 7,550 crores in cash balance, and about 25,000 crores in rights issue. But within 1 year, Vodafone Idea's net worth has practically evaporated and only stands at 6,000 crores. It has gone down by 90% from 60,000 crores in March 2019 to about 6,000 crores this year. Based on the net loss in quarter 4, it looks like the company's net worth would be wiped out completely by the next quarter, which is end of June. So this is the graph that shows you a summation of Vodafone Idea's net worth. So quarter 4 of financial year 2019 is the March 2019 quarter, 60,000 crores. Next quarter, quarter 2, about, I would say, 24,000 crore. 24,000 crore. Uh, by quarter 3, 17,600 crore, and by this quarter only 6,000 crores. So do you see via the graph how the numbers have declined? And if this continues, by next quarter the net worth would be zero. So this is the first challenge, rapid decline in net worth. So second challenge is cash reserves running dry. So, based on the net loss in quarter 4, it looks like the company's net worth would be wiped out entirely in the June. Moreover, the cash and cash equivalents stand at about 2,500 crores. And seeing the current quarterly rate of cash burn, it means Vodafone Idea would have to do debt refinancing in order to run their operation. So these are too many lingos, finance lingos in one paragraph. I would give you a brief idea before explaining all these lingos. As you can see, this is basically the cash and cash equivalents of Vodafone Idea. So you can see how they are changing. All right. For example, we can see in quarter year financial 2019, March 2019, cash and cash equivalents were about 7,550 crores. In quarter 1 financial year 2020, the funds became 21,180 crores. These are the cash equivalents. These cash equivalents increased basically because of the rights issue by Vodafone Idea of about 25,000 crore. All right. Again, it has burned another 6,000 crores. So these figures are in crores. So it burned another 6,000 crore, and its figures came out to be about 15,390 crores in quarter 2 financial year 20. Last quarter its cash reserves are about 12,530 crores, and this quarter their cash reserves are 2,480 crores. So do you see how fast their cash is running? Within 1 year they have burned entire 25,000 crore. So they're basically burning about 6,000 crore cash every quarter. And seeing the progress of how they're burning their cash, I would say similar to the net worth, even the cash would go to zero. Okay, now you need to understand this. Now, if your cash is going to zero, what would you do? You would try to hike the tariffs. Okay, you would ask your customers to give you more money, and you will hike the prices. So this is what Vodafone did. It increased its tariffs. So because of increasing its tariffs, the average revenue per user increased by 11%. All right, and this is basically average revenue per user has increased by 11%, actually increased from 109 rupees or 107 rupees to 121 rupees. I gave you exact details in my last video. Have a look at my last video to give you to get a better understanding about quarter four results. Yeah, anyway, moving on, this increase in revenue is far greater than the 2% increase in revenue by Geo, and is somewhat close to the 14% increase in ARPU, average revenue per user, by Airtel. This has been achieved due to hefty hike in tariffs in December. So I am not too sure about these hefty hike in tariffs on how hefty they are, because I'm not a Vodafone Idea user. But to all those Vodafone Idea users, you can comment on how hefty hike was there, and let everyone know. In fact, so this is basically the sequential increase in revenue. So I said I would give you four reasons on why you should stay away from Vodafone Idea and why the company is going to zero. The first reason I gave you was its net worth is rapidly declining. Its cash reserves are being burned really fast, and the third reason is an uphill climb. So these are basically the increase in revenue. Now how do you figure out if the company is going to do great? So what you do is, if you want to figure out how the company is doing, you would look at its profit loss sheet, balance sheet. You would say, well, is the revenue, are your sales increasing every year? And this is a good indication that your company is doing well and it will continue to do well. So this is what financial analysts look for. They look for an increase in revenue every year. So if I see Vodafone Ideas, these are quarterly sequential increase in revenue. All right, this is sequential revenue growth to be exact. So it says that uh, Vodafone Idea didn't have any growth in revenue. In fact, its revenue growth was shrinking. All right, its revenue was shrinking. However, in the later quarters, in the last quarter, Vodafone Idea had an increase of revenue of about 6%, which kind of matched to Geo. But if I compare Vodafone Idea to its peers, if I compare it to Airtel and if I compare it to Geo, I see, it's a more stagnant, I would say, like a more better picture. Like there is no decline, there is just increase. And this is what you should look for in companies. You should look for increase in revenue. You should not look for a decreasing revenue that is being stabilized and then increasing. You should be looking for a consistent increase in revenue. Look at Geo, look at how consistently it is increasing. Yeah, so the second problem is it is an uphill climb for Vodafone Idea in terms of getting revenue from its users. So it already increased its tariff rate, and if it increases its tariff rate further, it will hurt its customers, and hence I don't see this revenue growth to sustain in the longer run. I see Geo's and Airtel's revenue growth to sustain, but this Vodafone Idea's revenue growth is not sustainable in the long run, because its subscriber base is decreasing. It can't keep increasing the tariffs on customers to increase its revenue. It will be a vicious cycle. When they increase the tariff, its subscribers would leave. And similarly, they'll have to keep increasing tariff because the subscribers are leaving, and see increasing tariff, the subscribers would keep on leaving. It's like a cycle, increase tariff, subscribers leave. So that's my 2 cents. Mhm. So, another thing you need to know is the capital expenditure during the quarter dropped by about 45%. The company's cash constraints have, caused a delay in investments that have adversely impacted the network. So, my cousin and my aunt, both of them use Vodafone, and I've been hearing them constantly bickering about how poor is Vodafone's network. And it's not just them, it's in a lot of city circles. I hear people complaining about Vodafone Idea having completely, like, trashy network speed, 4G downloading speed. And maybe this is the reason. The reason is that they have so much expenditure, that the capital expenditure has dropped. They're not investing in their infrastructure, which is really important, and hence its network is being adversely impacted, which is in turn impacting its subscriber numbers. So subscribers are leaving to faster internet connections, to better network quality, such as Airtel and Geo. The fourth thing, lagging far behind. So I gave you four reasons. First reason is rapid decline in net worth. Second reason is running dry of cash. Third reason is uphill climb in generating sequential revenue growth. And fourth reason is lagging far behind in number of customers. All right. So if I see the company continues to lose its subscribers at a rapid pace. If I compare the December results to March results, we see about a 4% decline. So within 3 months, 4% subscribers have left Vodafone, and additions of 4G users were just 10% of Bharti's level. So just so that you know, in telecommunications, most of the revenue is gotten from 4G users. Then other customers. So if I want to see how fast their 4G users are growing, I see the growth is not that fast. These are the numbers of growth in 4G users. Look at the growth in Bharti Airtel's 4G users, and look at the growth in Vodafone's number. Look at the change and see how the growth in Bharti Airtel dwarf is the growth in Vodafone Idea. And this is something to worry. And if it goes at this rate, I feel this is gonna go zero in the next quarter. So everything is going to zero next quarter. The net worth is going to zero, the cash is going to zero, the growth in subscribers is going to zero. So, if low cash balance wasn't bad enough, Supreme Court has been demanding a reasonable upfront payment for settling off the AGR dues. So AGR dues are generally adjusted gross revenue dues. So it was because of some accounting practices Bharti Airtel, Vodafone had, because of which the telecom ministry says you owe us certain dues which you didn't account for in your accounting practices. So they have to pay that. So this they don't have cash already. They are paying reasonable upfront cash also to Supreme Court, and basically Vodafone's future is hung in balance uh, for some time now. It depends on the verdict from the court regarding payment schedule of AGR dues. So what has happened is Vodafone is saying we can pay a decent upfront amount. Like they have already paid an upfront amount of 6,850 crores towards AGR dues. They own about 50,000 crore, and they are like, and the Supreme Court says that pay reasonable upfront amount, pay at least 50% or 40% amount. As of now they are paid 10-12% amount, and then we can discuss about you paying your dues over the course of next 20 years. So this ruling hasn't come till now. If this ruling doesn't come in the favor of Vodafone, I'm giving you in writing that Vodafone share is going to zero. Otherwise, I'm going to close my channel, because this is what my experience tells you. This Vodafone company is going towards bankruptcy if Supreme Court says you have to pay all the amount and you can't pay it over the 20 years. So this is a very big sword hanging over Vodafone's neck. Moreover, Vodafone's net debt has no, Vodafone's net debt is stood up has stood from has increased from about 1 trillion rupees in December end to about 1.125 trillion rupees, so about 12% increase in its debt also. So these are all red flags for you, and you should tread with caution if you want to invest in Vodafone Idea, and this is my opinion. Yeah, and I just realized one thing I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you what refinancing means. So I discussed about refinancing somewhere here. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I this they need debt refinancing to run their operations. So what debt refinancing is? This is again another problem for Vodafone which I didn't discuss. Well, I'll discuss it right now. Debt refinancing is when you have a existing loan, all right, and the interest rate for that loan is 10%. So you can't pay that loan if you are paying 10% interest rate. It's eating on in it, the finance costs are basically eating you up. It's eating all your cash flows and you're not able to generate any profit. In fact, you're going in loss. Like I discussed in Vodafone Idea's quarter four results, where I said its financing costs have rapidly increased. They were about 4,000 crores in the last quarter. Sorry, in this quarter, and they would basically have to refinance their debt in order to decrease their interest, financing cost. Like I said, the debt is about 1.125 trillion rupees. So basically debt refinancing is, you say, all right, interest rates have decreased as of now, so why don't you refinance my loan at 8%? So it basically is replacing an existing loan with a new one, and the new loan is basically at a lower interest rate. So this basically saves a lot of financing costs. Now, my question to you is, seeing the current environment, seeing how banks are scared to lend money to companies, and seeing how companies are not able to pay back their loans, do you think any bank would lend them money or refinance the loans of Vodafone Idea? I mean, see, banks are much more intelligent. Bankers are much more intelligent than you and me. They see a graph of their net worth declining, going towards zero. They see cash reserves going towards zero. They see growth in subscribers going towards zero. They see no increase in revenue, no increase in sequential revenue, like the four pointers I gave you. Do you think they would make a decision to give loan to Vodafone Idea? I highly doubt it. In fact, since Vodafone Idea is already negotiating with its bankers or with its lenders on different modes of payment or a more staggered payment approach, Vodafone Idea seems to be in very big trouble from for me right now. And if there is no one, if they need an investor, they need a cash infusion really fast. Some investor should come and invest any cash into Vodafone Idea to keep it alive. And I don't see any investor coming forward. There was a news lately that Microsoft might invest in Vodafone Idea, but I don't see it to be exactly. I'm not too sure. Maybe Microsoft or Google, but I don't see it to be likely, because Vodafone is it's a drowning boat, and no one would want to drown themselves in a drowning boat. It's better to mm, put your life jacket and jump out of the boat. This is what I feel about Vodafone Idea. Stay away from this share. You are burning your money, and pretty much that's my rant about Vodafone Idea. And I did a lot of research to come up with these figures. So if you guys like my video, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel, because I bring a lot of quality content around various companies and put a lot of effort into it. So that's it, guys. Have a nice day.